Okay, how's it going? Today we're going to be playing some Black Ops Kino Der Toten, and I don't know the challenge we're going to be doing yet, but I want to be doing a challenge of some sort to spice this up. I just felt like playing zombies and doing a live commentary. I had somebody on my Revelations video ask for a part 2, and I didn't film one, so I figured I'll just play another map. Yeah, that Revelations game I played, I think I got to around 82 or 3. I downed again. I ended the game. I didn't want to keep playing after a second down. 2 downs was enough. I've been to 100 like 10 times on that map. I don't have anything to prove, and I didn't feel like doing it. And I was playing offline, so quite frankly, I didn't need the stats or anything. Gotta get used to this controller again. I'm using the one with the broken stick. If you watch my Dead Rising video, you saw how hard it was for me to kill Seymour in Dead Rising 2 because I punished myself. I like using this shitty controller with a broken stick instead of using my new one because it'll wear that one out as well, so let's just wear this one out until I can't use it at all. It's not too bad for zombies. I'm my favorite character, Dempsey. He's always been my favorite. I don't really know why. I guess because he's sarcastic, an asshole. He's got some of the more memorable lines. Fuck you, Fido! That was stuck with me. Me and my friends and I always used to laugh at that one. Fuck you, Fido. Richtofen as well. Those are my 2 favorites. Like I get why some people like Nikolai. Takio, though. I had a friend when I was younger who was obsessed with Takio. And I never got it. Out of all characters you can be obsessed with, Takio. It's bizarre. I guess I respect it. It's different, but it almost feels too different. It's like a hipster. Yeah, Takio's the coolest, man, and you didn't know it? No, it's not. They made him a little cooler in Origins and Black Ops 3, but in this game and the World at War maps that he's in, he's fucking irritating. I always turn the audio off when I play as Takio in this game. He doesn't stop talking. Same with Richtofen, I guess, but he's just entertaining. There's a difference. Nolan North is just he's just different. Although I can't stand him as Deadpool. I just can't stand Deadpool, period, I don't think. Although I like the first 2 Fox Deadpool movies, so I don't know. Maybe they just did something right at Fox, even though it had different directors. I will stand by that Deadpool and Wolverine is not good. It's not. And people will wake up to it. They will. I was mentioning it in my last video where I was talking because I got Deadpool 2 on Blu-ray finally after 6 years? Yeah, it's been 6 years. That's how long we waited for a Deadpool 3. And it wasn't even a Deadpool 3. We got a Deadpool and Wolverine. And I felt like a complete slap in the face. I've been waiting all these years to see what Wade has been up to, what Colossus has been up to, what his girlfriend, Vanessa's been doing. Oh my god, my shots. And we see none of that, really. They're in, like, a few scenes, and it's just, okay, let's revive Wolverine so we can make a bunch of money. I love Wolverine, don't get me wrong. It made me go and watch all the other X-Men movies. And I came to the conclusion that, yeah, the X-Men movies are just better. Not all of them, obviously. But Deadpool and Wolverine leads you to believe that Wolverine was this, like, careless character in all of the movies. He's like, I finally now am an X-Man. Like, you always were. What do you mean? Like, if you watch Days of Future Past, you saved the fucking day. Like, without him, that timeline is done for. I find that so bizarre. All of a sudden, we're pretending that Logan's always been this, like, renegade that doesn't love it. He keeps coming back. Like, every movie, you go watch those X-Men movies, he keeps coming back because he loves characters there. Like Rogue and Jean and Professor X. I didn't understand why they made him out to be this, like, I never cared about them until they were gone. You did, though, because in the movies we saw, I know it's supposed to be a different universe as Wolverine, but I think it's supposed to be the same sort of events leading up to what happened in that universe, you know what I'm saying? Up until the cataclysmic event. I'll stop ranting about this movie, but I just gotta get this out somewhere. I'm not gonna make a movie review for it. And it's been a month now, and I every so often will check the box office numbers, and it's completely slowed down. So again, my predictions are kind of coming true, where people are, you know, they've seen it 3 times. Like, the people who are going to who made the money for the movie I've seen the movie 3 or 4 times already. That's why it's made $1 billion. That's why these superhero movies make $1 billion. It has nothing to do with a lot of people seeing it. It's the same fucking 20 people going to see these movies 40 times. And that's why movies like Endgame made $7 billion. I saw that movie 3 times. And different people kept coming up to me and, all right, let's go see it. And I would kind of feel just bad saying no, so I went with them. And by the 3rd time, when I went with my friend, I was just like, yeah, man, I can't do this. I can't do this again. I just remember saying no. I was like, this is the last time I think I remember watching this movie. I think I've watched it once since then, during COVID, and I really didn't like it. I don't like Endgame. And everyone's probably like, what do you like, man? What do you like? Good writing. X-Men Days of Future Past, good writing. X-Men 2000, good writing. X-Men 2, United, great writing. Like, just give me a good movie like that, please, and a good comic book movie like that, and I'll be a happy guy. Where you're not just giving us cameos of people we've seen before to make us extremely happy. And oh my god, it's Blade! I love Wesley Snipes. Blade, hey Blade. I'll just go watch the Blade movies, especially Blade 1, which I watch at least once a year. Deacon Frost, one of my favorite villains. And you'd never think Steven Dorff would pull off being a badass vampire, but he does. Maybe that's what we're going to just talk about this whole video. We're just going to rant about superhero opinions. I have not really been a superhero movie fan for 5 years now, but for some reason, after Deadpool and Wolverine, it's kind of re-sparked my interest in a way to go back and watch all these movies that I grew up watching. And I kind of feel like watching something like Captain America. That's always been a comfort movie for me. A 2011 version. Not a huge fan of the sequels. Now, Winter Soldier, I went through a phase where I really loved it, but now I watch it and it's just kind of a bland action movie. With some good fight scenes, and I really love that scene with Nick Fury escaping all the shit. It's like, cars at 3%. It's like, okay, well this dude let his car get damaged to the point where he's got 3% damage left. Incredible Hulk's another one. If you hate that movie, I urge you to go rewatch that shit, because it's Edward Norton. That guy is a great Hulk. Great actor, period. If you go watch the behind the scenes, he's like a big reason we got a great movie there. He cares about the source material in every movie he's in, for the most part. And if the movie turns out good, it's probably because he had a lot to do with making it good. American History X comes to mind. You've seen that? He basically took that movie over. And director Tony Kaye, there's videos of him telling people to not go see his own movie because Edward Norton took over. That's what happens when you hire somebody who's smarter than you. They make a better movie than you would have made. Doesn't happen anymore because they hire a bunch of dummies. Now I see people online petitioning to make The Acolyte come back. Like, we need a season 2. I honestly don't, I have not seen a thing about that show that's positive. I avoid Star Wars stuff, period, now. I'm so beyond that point of my life. But I can't even believe that people are actually trying to start like a petition to bring some garbage show back that nobody fucking cares about. Like, this shit is so bad. All this new Star Wars stuff is so bad. It's retroactively made people like the prequels, which I never thought was possible. I grew up in an era when the prequels were just completely shit on constantly, and if you liked them, you were just born in my generation. That's kind of how it went, if you were a prequel fan. I have not met somebody over the age of, oh my goodness, this box lock. What? What? I've not met somebody over the age of, 30 years old who actually likes the prequels, which says a lot. They're not good movies. They're just not. But now, because of these new Disney movies are so terrible, it's become the trendy thing to jump on and say, you know, man, the prequels were never that bad to begin with. Hayden Christensen is a good actor. Okay. Alright. I'll take your word for it. Don't watch Little Italy, then. I walked in on my mom watching that movie with Hayden Christensen, and I swear I was like, All I could think to myself was, well, all those people saying George Lucas is his fault for Hayden Christensen's acting. It's not. You watch that guy in anything, like Jumper, he's terrible. Every movie I've seen him in, he's really bad. He's got bad political opinions as well. I saw a video of him with Justin Blackface Trudeau. Worst prime minister ever. Sorry to get political on you. I'm sure you're all sitting there like, what? If you're American, you're like, who's Jimbrin Trudeau? Worst prime minister probably ever, so... I'm sure my video will get flagged for saying I don't care. I do not care. Don't care! Toasty! Let's talk a little bit more about the game, I guess. I don't know what challenge I'm gonna do. I'm currently just kind of going with the flow, I guess. We'll just do a live comm where I just mess around. Mess around! We'll just talk about whatever we're thinking about. And then that's it. I don't know, maybe play like round 30 or something. I don't really have a goal in mind, but... I was gonna do a 2-box challenge, but I got a Thunder Gun second hit, so I mean, that's not really... There's no point. If it was 2 bad guns, if I got the China Leaky, the China Lake, and the, like, L96A1, then maybe I'd be thinking more about doing that, but there's no point with the Thunder Gun, man, because this thing is just too good. Dog is not... Oh! The dog is not happy. Oh, shit! We're stuck! We're stuck! Oh, we're stuck! Oh, shit, reload. Reload. I had a teacher named Miss Daly in high school, and she sounded like Shrek. And, it's permanently stuck in my brain forever. She'd yell at me. Listen to me! You're not listening. You've got to listen better. It's the reason you're not passing this class. Even though I had like an 85 in her class. Pay attention. No, thanks for listening. That's what you'd always say, like sarcastically. Oh yeah, oh, you back there. You guys back there. Thanks for listening. It's like, oh, thank you for that. You'd listen if you didn't sound like Shrek. I don't know where that came from. I guess I did a Scottish impression, so I just wanted to go on a bit of a tirade about my Scottish teacher. I spent 10 grand in 1 year on Tim Hortons. Or she came to school the one day and she told everybody that. It's like, that's not something you should just be telling everybody. Tim Hortons in Canada, if you don't know, is like it's the Dunkin' Donuts of Canada. And she basically became everybody's like, oh yeah, while you're out, grab me a decaf. So she became the pushover of the litter, I'm guessing. If you become that person, game over. It's like Mr. Leahy in Trailer Park Boys. He gets back on the police force and they're all giving him their coffee. You can go down to Hortons and get some coffee for the boys every fucking day. All those years to get back on the force and you just become their coffee bitch. What a job. Jobbathan. I want to meet somebody named Jobbathan. Their parents wanted to call them Jabba, but they just couldn't go fully with it, so they called them Jobbathan. Ray gun? Oh. Python's not good enough for me to swap the MP40. I want to keep using this. I don't know why. I'm feeling nostalgic for the MP40. I have monkeys too, so... I mean, kind of fully set up in a way. Fully set up with 2 boxes at the beginning. That's the beauty of these old maps. You can be set up in 2 boxes or 200. You never know. Depends on the luck of the draw. Believe it or not, George isn't at home. Oh no, no, don't hit me. Don't hit me. Keep your hands off me. Keep your hands to yourself. Dancing with myself, and I'm naked on the shelf. Oh god. These little fucking crawlers ruined this map. Like oh! One more hit and I would have been toast there. I think without the Nova Sixers, this map would probably be perfect. And I see people like, the hipster thing, man, you know, Kino is not that good. It's overrated. And not every map has to bring 100 elements to the table to be incredible. This was a very good map for the time, especially BO1. This is a lot of people's intro to zombies, including myself. This is the first map that I played on my own console. I would play zombies at my friends' houses, and my uncle used to have World at War. We'd play Kino Der Toten, and I think Verrucht. I vaguely remember playing Verrucht a few times. But I don't count that as like, oh, that was a great experience. I don't really remember. I vaguely remember around launch day for BO1 playing this map at my friend's house. There was 4 of us. We did not get very far. I think it was around 6 or 7 was our furthest. We had no idea what we were doing. And it took me till midway through 2011 to get Black Ops 1 for myself. I was an MW2 player. I didn't play online really, so I only played campaign, and when my friends came over, we'd 1v1 and stuff. But I was never a good multiplayer guy until BO2, really. BO1 was all zombies for me. I didn't even really fully beat the campaign until 2 years ago, I think. It's a good campaign. It's a good campaign. Still have to beat a couple campaigns from the classic CODs. It's never really been a priority of mine. They're all very similar. So if you played one, you seem to have played them all. Fucking Nova crawlers. Jumping around. Holy jumping Jehovah's. Let's hit the box again. It's gonna move. It's going to move, but that's fine. Oh. Got a problem? Oh. I love the HK. Another gun that people, they hate it. I don't get it. I have a lot of friends that they get it from the box. Like, no, the HK. I used to get so excited when I get the HK. Oh, it's dogs again. Where are you, Fluff? Fluff face. Fluff face McGace. Oh, shit. Fluffy is not happy. I'm sorry, I don't even know Fluffy's children's names. They probably have different names. I don't know. Fergus, Fargo, and Felicia. All of Shrek's kids' names. Oh, is it the max ammo? There it is. Alright, grab some double tap, because the HK kind of shoots slow. That's just one flaw, I guess. The one flaw in the slaw, as Roscoe P. Coltrane would say. Oh, there's one flaw in the slaw, boss. Oh, my Gangnam Style. Remember when that song was a thing? 2013, that's when I feel old. When I hear somebody say Gangnam Style or something, it's like, man, wow. I was like 12 years old when that song came out. And I swear, COVID is like, it just ruined everything. Like, not just the world, but it just seemed like time kind of got faster during it somehow. Everything after 2019 just doesn't feel right. It was the last year that the world felt somewhat normal. Even then, 2019, I was already losing a lot of what made the world normal. Comedies are done. You don't see any comedies being made anymore. And if there are comedies, it's all females shitting on men and transgender people. It's like there's no comedies where it's guys hooking up with chicks. None of that. None of those movies exist anymore. And I feel like, honestly, that's when, you know, society's peaking, is when it's got movies that are offensive. I know it sounds ridiculous, but when you've got movies that people are saying whatever the fuck they want in them, that's when society's at its best. The 90s was a great time for movies, and it seemed like people are just saying whatever the fuck they wanted then. I wasn't really around, so I can't say. But early 2000s, when I was a kid, movies were still kind of like that, and the world was just way different. People smoking inside, people swearing a lot more, people talking face to face way more, having conversations, asking questions, you know, things that people are like offended by now. If you talk to somebody too long, they stare at you like you're some crazy person. I'm just trying to be polite and ask questions because we're humans and we're all sharing this spinning, crazy rock going. I don't even know how fast the Earth's going. I don't want to guess wrong, but I know it's beyond quick. I guess what I'm saying is I over time have tried to become nicer a little bit. Like, yeah, I'll go on Twitter and talk shit to people, but most of it's in good fun. I'm not going on there like, you fucking piece of shit fucking motherfucker. Like, it's mostly just calling people out that are being stupid. You know, someone, like a Maple Leaf fan, going off about other teams' championship droughts, like, okay, like, time to get put in your place here. Your team hasn't won a Stanley Cup in 60 fucking years. Sit down. You know, shit like that. But I think we should all, at the end of the day, kind of get along for the most part. Like I said, we're all sharing this crazy planet. It just seems like people are getting crazier and harder to trust as time goes on. Which is insane considering we have phones and stuff and people have way more access to lives, but for some reason people are way more prone to lying now and being a piece of shit. I guess maybe we just didn't know before cell phones. There was no real way of exposing people for their fucked upness. But now, it's all out there for us all to see. I think social media is like a mind virus. Like the Twitters, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Twitter to a bit of a lesser extent, because there's no pictures that you can post when it comes to like your day-to-day. I mean, you can, but no one's really gonna look at them. Twitter is more of a discussion forum. Instagram and Facebook to me are just the worst. You're posting these fake pictures about your fake life for your fake friends and your fake followers to care about what you're doing. It's just kind of bizarre. And even YouTube's gotten to that point where, you know, people like Mr. Beast had a whole generation convinced he was this good guy, when, I mean, if you had any brain, you realize the guy was a con artist this entire time. I was saying for years, screaming at the top of my lungs for years, this guy's conning everyone, including himself. Because you know he's doing some shit that he's going to get busted for eventually. And guess what? He did! He was talking to kids and shit, and talking sexual with them, so... Are we really surprised that these creeps are everywhere? They get comfortable. They start saying shit that they think they're just going to get away with. Because I'm Mr. Beast, man. I have 100 million subs. Last had take your hand off my nutsack wins $1 million. Like, the fact that people watch the type of content just shows that our society is kind of dwindling. We're reaching a very bad point of humanity. Where we're gonna look back. If I have kids, they'll look back maybe and be like, what the fuck were you guys doing? Like, I really hope that the generation after us fixes everything. It's not gonna happen. It's not, because it's just getting worse. But I really hope that there's something that comes along. Maybe it'll take a comet hitting the Earth and taking out 80% of us for us to really kind of go, you know what, all this, like, gender shit is just irrelevant. Maybe we should just, you know, live with our bodies that we were given and stop pretending and playing dress up and making all these problems up because we're so bored with our lives because we're not living out where we should be, in the woods, or where ancestors were from, or every day was a possible last day, every movement was your possible last movement. Now we've just, okay, put your feet up, people get bored, they're sitting at home, they're not getting enough attention from people. Okay, what can I do to get attention? I'm a woman now. I've shown no signs of it my entire life, but I'm a woman. Because I need attention. Would have been doing this if you were living out in the bush. I can just assure you. Society's gotten so comfortable in the last 1,000+ years that we've just created these issues that they don't even make sense. Bring back the times that make sense. I'm not saying we need to live in the fucking bush, but we all need a bit of a purpose. We all need to, you know, work towards something. I feel like humans, we're just working towards nothing every day. Like Bodhi says in Point Break, we're inching down the freeway in our metal coffins. That's all I see when I'm on the highway driving around with people. That's all I see. It's just these people inching down the freeway, especially if you're on the highway early in the morning, and you see all those people with that look in their eye. Like, I just got up, I slept 4 hours, I have 3 kids at home that were screaming all night because they're below the age of 6. I can't ever have a moment to do anything. I haven't jerked off in a month. Like, were humans meant for this? Like, no. We were not meant for this meaningless existence. I don't know. Like, I mean, here I am playing a video game. It's pretty meaningless, but to me it's a nice release from reality. You come and play these video games, you're not so worried about the day-to-day struggles. At least for a while. I definitely have my moments where I'm playing video games and it really doesn't matter. You know, how much fun I'm having playing the video game, I'm still worrying about shit. I think that's everybody, though. You try your best, though, and that's what these games are for. It's a nice little release from reality. And that's why the video game industry is failing so hard right now. They're incorporating all these daily issues that we're dealing with in 2024. Like, we don't need all these political issues in video games, and we're seeing the failure of all these games. Like that new Jedi Outcast game. You hire this beautiful lady, and you make her look as manly and gross as possible, so she's not sexualized, and like, just accept it, man. People are sexualized. It's okay to sexualize Glenn Powell in the new Twisters movie, but how dare we sexualize any females? How dare we? Meanwhile, that's how women get by for the most part. You go on their OnlyFans, their all these random fucking websites that they can make their money off of, just selling pictures to desperate men. It's shocking, really. And then, you know, it's okay to... Glenn Powell, take your shirt off and go stand in the rain and let the rain fucking wash all over you for the women to go, oh my god! But, you know, heaven forbid we have a semi-pretty woman anymore in a movie. Like Rey. Like, I just think Daisy Ridley is like a pretty woman. They make her look as manly as humanly possible in those Star Wars movies. And it progressively gets worse. Like, the first one, she's cute. Second one, not so much. And then the third one, they're dressing her like a dude. Like, nice. Well, that's what we wanted. We wanted to come watch a woman looking like a man. I can just go watch the original trilogy. How about that? Oh, actually, I won't do that because Mark Hamill's ruined it for me. Thanks, Mark. Yeah, you want to talk about a guy who's lost his mind? Him and Stephen King. I did a video a month ago talking about my Blu-ray collection, and I said I like Stephen King. Well, that was before I saw that guy's, tweets. I was like, you know what? Maybe I don't like him. A little bit insane. Like, the Trump hate from these celebrities is a little bit insane. They have no idea what they're talking about, and they're so brainwashed by Hollywood. Like Seth MacFarlane, bro, you made your career shitting on politics. You made your career shitting on liberals. You made an entire character, Brian, the punchline of everything for being a liberal. And now he's the most hardcore liberal you'll ever see. He makes posts about Kamala Harris where he blocks the comments so you can't say what you want about anything. He's a joke. Like, these celebrities are a joke. They need to be called out. Seth MacFarlane needs to be held accountable someday and be like, you made your career off of clowning these people, and you've become that clown. Like, what is wrong with these people? And then people keep giving them money. They go and watch these people do their stand-up and they're singing their songs and pay to watch their shows and movies. Just stop giving celebrities money. It's time to give Hollywood a big middle finger. The video game industry, all of it. It's time to just pretty much disband from everything and let the companies suffer, because they're not giving us anything worth watching, man. If we're celebrating Alien Romulus and Deadpool and Wolverine, that's like the lowest point of film possible. I think this might be the lowest ever, to be honest. In the 100+ year existence of Hollywood being around, this has got to be the low point. It has to be, right? And I'm sorry I've spent, the majority of this ranting, but I feel it's important. I feel like somebody's got to say these things. And I'm sure there's some people are saying them, but more people have to say them. Maybe someday we'll actually get good content again. I doubt it, but you never know. Wouldn't hold my breath, though. That kind of feeds into what I was saying about I have faith possibly that the next generation after us will fix this a little bit. Because to a lesser extent, you know, the 50s were kind of a period like this, and so were the 80s, where it was all about censorship. Wasn't nearly this bad, and but it was bad. You know, the 80s after the 70s. If you watch I always just use film. I know I probably should use other real world things over film, but that's my judge for how the decade's going. And if films are dark, then society's probably doing well, because that means you're able to get away with your freedom of speech, your freedom of ideas. If it's all light, fuzzy, and fun, probably have a lot of censorship going on. That's kind of the 80s. Like, don't get me wrong, I love me some 80s movies. I love a lot of fluffy 80s movies, but there was, like, no hardcore movies going on in the 80s. Even the action movies all have, like, some levity to them and have comedy. 70s and 90s were some of the most cynical times for films. Like, you get away with a movie like Falling Down in 1993. Try to make that in 1987. They'd have to put, like, goofy sound effects in there, a bunch of comedy, and it just wouldn't be the same, is what I'm saying. They would have somehow made that a comedy starring Eddie Murphy about a guy who lost his mind, gee willikers zippity dippity, but instead, in 1993, you get this story about a guy who just had enough. He's been pushed around by society for too long, and he's just broken, and we're not there right now as a society when it comes to movies. If you tried to make that now, they would censor it. You'd have to put an Indian guy in a wheelchair as the main lead. Probably a female, though, because men, period, just aren't allowed to be the main characters anymore. The man would be a white villain. That's probably more up the alley of reality. And the Indian girl's best friend would be some Asian chick who's blind or something. There's got to be a bunch of... Like, I saw something where there's a black dude playing the King of England in a show, and he's in a wheelchair. It's like, this is the shit I used to say as a joke. I used to make jokes about black disabled female Iron Man, and we're getting that now. It's like, you can't make this stuff up. It's unbelievable. I like this. This is just turning into a rant about shit for who knows how long this has been, and I'm liking this. At least I'm talking. I feel like when I do these live streams sometimes, or live videos, I don't talk enough. It's just me sitting here and then saying, like, yep, 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 and just chiming in every here and there, but at least now I'm going for it. On green, I'm going for it. Yeah, that's right, zombie. Run through that trap. Run through that trap. Let me pause real quick. I'm going to check how far into this video we are. Okay, so 30 minutes. Not too bad. I'll probably pause this at round, I don't know, 25, something like that. I don't know what round I'm going to go to with this, but I'm probably 40. 40's got a nice ring to it, doesn't it? Doesn't it? But so does 30. 30 is like it's just not high enough, you know? It's not good enough. For the it's got to be at least 40. 40! Round 40! Oh, if I can even get to 30, I almost died there. That would have been interesting. Throw a McGunky. A Chimpy. Ah. Oh, I thought I got a ray gun. I was like, yes! Oh, yeah! But I didn't. But you didn't. Oh, you HS-10 piece of shit. Now we have one more monkey, so probably one more hit, and that's it. Ah, why you do this to me, man? No, I did it again. I thought I got the ray gun. Oh, is this last zombie? Oh, awkward. Awkward. I threw all those monkeys in. Oh, there it is, ray gun. Let's go. Oh, it's time to go buy the Bowie knife. So I don't have to... I'll buy one quick revive. Fuck it. I'm gonna down next round because I just bought that. Watch. Watch. It's gonna happen. Oh, dogs. Woofies. Woof. Woof. Woofies. Oh, shit. Oh my goodness gracious. Dog tried to get in my buns. My hot dog buns. Ooh, ooh. Leave in the comments what your most nostalgic... No one's going to watch this, so I'm talking to nobody but myself in the future, which is fine. But if somebody is watching this, comment your favorite map, nostalgia-wise, and why. Doesn't have to be a paragraph. If you want it to be, it can be. But if you just want to leave, like, origins and the staffs, that's fine. I'm just curious. What your favorite map, nostalgia-wise. Maybe not your favorite map, period. But just the favorite map, nostalgia. This is my favorite map, nostalgia-wise. And I don't even think it's in my top 5. I think it's 6th for my favorite maps ever. That's a video coming soon, eventually. That Wonder Weapon video I did took way too much time. It got no views, so I was kind of like, wow, that was all for nothing, to be honest, and it kind of sucked. Not doing them for views, but that's the type of video I'd at least be like, yeah, 500 views, cool. It takes so long. Like, that took me a month of going around map to map. I didn't realize it would take that long. I was just thinking, like, I play enough zombies, you know, I play all the maps for the most part. Get the gameplay, but when you have to individually play the maps and go for certain rounds and stuff, you have to get round 50 footage so you can show the drop off and show around 60 footage, around 30. It became a lot more than I thought it would. I underestimated it. I also underestimated how fast you can get to around like 23. Under 40 minutes. When you're not paying attention, I guess you just play quicker. I don't really know. Oh, see, I almost down. A round after buying Quick Revive, I almost ate floor dust. I don't even know what that means, eating floor dust, but I almost did it. I almost did it. Chase the chimpy. Really? Hitting me after I threw the chimp? We're going to be having a serious talk with David Vonderhaar later. That bald fucker. I am calling him out. I'm sure he's sitting there just... I can just picture David Vonderhaar. Every time I think of him, I just think of him sitting on the couch counting his coin. Guy's got just stacks of cash and he's just sitting there laughing. Ha ha ha, I've conned a generation! Like, yeah, you have. That's right. The games are not as good as some people say they are. Like, I love Black Ops 2, don't get me wrong, but there are some people my age that you can tell they haven't played enough video games. It's the best video game ever made, man. No, I can assure you it is not. Any Call of Duty being in that conversation is just laughable. I love zombies. Call of Duty, no. Zombies, yes. It's two different entities for me completely. I don't like multiplayer at all. Like, I have negative urge. Like, zero to play online multiplayer against clowny dummies that camp in corners, sweat their ball sack off every game, spend all day playing this game. Like, I just have no interest in that. But zombies, on the other hand, solo zombies, I've just always loved to play it by myself. Like, I remember back in the day, I used to have an old YouTube channel. Didn't have a lot of subscribers, but I had enough to the point where people would message me, like, oh, hey, you know, play with me, please, during the heat of Black Ops 2. So it would bother me so much. I don't know why, but playing with people and seeing how bad some of these people were that watched my videos, it pissed me off. It's like, you guys, 23 downs, and we've run around 23 on towns. Like, what are you doing? How can you be this possibly bad at zombies? And then message me after too, like, GG, man. You just wasted an hour and a half of my life that I could have been playing a game by myself, getting to a high round. That's how I've always felt about two-player zombies. Unless with a buddy, I don't really like it. And even then, it stresses me out on certain maps. Like, Origins, I just can't do it with my friends because they're just not... They're not up to date with the staffs and stuff, and they have no idea really what they're doing. So it basically becomes solo, but playing for two players, and it's tough. It's tough. Speaking of two-player being tough, Shangri-La. Never play that in a public lobby. I'm sure you all know the issues. Trying to get everybody to stand on those plates at the same time is as uncommon as Shrek having sex with a pretty woman. That's why he bagged Fiona for her life. He's like, oh my god, a pretty woman wants me? Never mind, she's an ogre. I got catfished in real life. That's the next level. Getting catfished in real life. Not even just through a phone. That is embarrassing. We'll complete this round, and then we will start a part 2. If that's fine. If that's okay with you guys, because, you know, wouldn't want to bore you or anything. Wouldn't want to just, you know, get in your way or anything like that. Oh shit, stop hitting me, man. Oh, that was a risk. That right there could have ended seriously bad. It could have got my nuts ripped straight off, chimp style. Oh, fire sale. That's so helpful when you have the ray gun, thunder gun, and monkeys. Just piece of shit fire sale. Fuck you. Give me an insta-kill next time. You motherfucker. How many kills are we at? I have a notepad that I put all of my kills on my phone. I suggest doing it. It's kind of, it makes Black Ops 1 and 2 more fun when you're not playing them online. And you add up your kills after. I think I've got over 100,000 now from what I've started counting on BO1. It would be over 1 million easily by now. All the years I've played this game. It'd be so many kills. I really wish the game tallied those up. That sucks. Yeah. Oh. I'm making scrat noises from Ice Age. Oh my goodness. It made the shit, it called the shit poop. Hey, Mr. Penguin. Please go watch Billy Madison. If you haven't seen that, I'm gonna knock y'all out and make you watch it. You're gonna get knocked out in your sleep, wake up in a chair with Billy Madison on, and you'll be watching it against your will. So over the top and extra when I could just simply be like, hey, you want to watch Billy Madison? And most people would be like, oh yeah, it's a good movie. Oh, round's over. Alright, we'll be back for part 2.